Okay, so I'm going to be talking about the sign of Leo today, right? I decided to do a reading for all the 12 signs, and for those who want to ask why I started with the sign of Leo, well, the sun is in Leo now, right? Right now, the sun is in Leo. It moved into Leo on the 23rd of July. That's when the sun is in 0 degrees of Leo. That's when it moved into Leo. So I wanted to do when the sun was in Cancer, but my schedule was, kind of not, arranged. So I decided to do it today. And don't mind the yellow. I know some of you will know that the color of Leo is yellow, orange, yellow. Bright colors, bright things that are bright. Like brightness is what Leo is. But mainly orange and Leo. But that's not why I put on. I already put on the shirt, before I started even thinking of saying, okay, let me do the video, right? And Leo, right? Leo is, and it's not because my Facebook name is Leo. No, this the sun is in Leo now. Or I started with Cancer, but I said, no, let me not force myself to do the reading. So I said, let me do it for Leo, right? So yeah, we're looking at the sign of Leo here. You're looking at the sign of Leo here, right? And this particular delineation, right, is both for the sign of Leo, the Leo people, and then the sign of what Leo even points to generally. So when you hear me mix up a couple of things, right, don't get it confused. There are some things I'll say, you will now say, it's not me. No, it's not you I'm talking about all the time. This thing points to things outside of just, individuals. You understand what I'm saying? This thing points to things outside of just individual traits. But yeah, it talks about, the psychology of humans, but this year I'm dealing with the sign of Leo. Leo, I believe you guys are seeing it. Leo is a sign of fun, it's a sign of creativity, it's a sign of talent, it's a sign of strength, your natural strength, your talent. That is a sign of Leo. It rules the 5th place. But for the purpose of this video, I'm reading Leo. So Leo is going to be the first place at the ascendant. Those who attended my basic class, this is an illustration of what I was telling you guys. I'm going to be delineating the sign. So you see how we derive what a particular person is. And when I say that we are not just our sun sign, this is what I'm going to be demonstrating here so that you people don't get it confused, right? You are not just one sign, you are all of the signs. You see, the Leo now, for example, when it comes to spending, they have Virgo in the 2nd house. Virgo is in the 2nd place of Leo. And the 2nd place is money, spending, earnings, and what you also value, your valuables and things that you value too. It also talks about your principles and your morals, your values. It talks to this place. You see, these people have Virgo in the 2nd place. These people value hygiene, neatness, the hygiene. Because when you consider the fact that Leo is also the sign of composure. I mean, when you see someone that is well composed, what is the first indication of a well put together individual? Is neatness. You understand? Is neatness, is the coordination that you find. That's the first thing you see. How well put together and neatness. That is what Virgo is. They say, well, these people value neatness a lot and they spend their money. Their money goes to their hygiene. You understand? Their money goes to that, and they're very picky when it comes to spending. Virgo is a sign of pickiness. When it comes to spending, these people are like that. You understand? And when you also consider the fact that Leo is a sign of love. Now, what is the particular love language of love? Because the 3rd place is a place of language. Leo people have Libra in the 3rd house, in the 3rd place. Libra is reciprocity. When you think of it, Libra is love. But when you see that Leo is love. Love, it's a very sense of love. Leo is loyalty. So when I say love and loyalty, you understand what I mean. You understand what I hear. Love, loyalty, the love that comes with loyalty, not the love that you have and then it dwindles. No, Leo is love. And it's ruled by the sun. Hence why the sun rises in the east. The ancients say the coming forth by day. As long as that sun rises, it's a key. It's telling you that there is nothing you go through the dark of the night, because the sun goes, when it goes below the horizon, it gets to the east, the west. it goes below the horizon, then it's night. But nothing stops the sun from coming or rising up the next morning. That is the autonomy and the sovereignty of you as a cosmic being. You understand what I mean now? So this is the coming forth by day. Nothing you go through the darkness of your life, through the darkness of night, will prevent you from coming up the next morning. So Leo is love. That is the universe telling you that I'm giving you all of the backing to surmount all circumstances and rise the next morning. That is the coming forth by day. Let me not make these things too complex. So Leo has Libra in the third. These people want you to give them the same energy that they give to you. There's no other way. Their sense of reciprocity is find you a Leo person, whether it's a rising or a sun. Find you a Leo person. Their sense of reciprocity is out of this world. Like that is actually the language of love, reciprocity. What you do for me, I do for you. It's not just supposed to be. It's balance. You understand? It's balance in deeds. That's balance. You call me, I call you. We check up on each other. We contact each other. These people value reciprocity when it comes to communication. This is one thing that we need to also know. And they are not all that friendly vibes. Like, for example, they have Aquarius in the 7th house, right? Now, Aquarius in the 7th house for Leo, you have to consider the fact that Aquarius is the unusual. You understand? It's the unusual, and it's also the sign of friendliness. But it's also the sign of attachment and abandonment. These people have the tendency to cut off people they are in relationship with. You know why? Because when you're dating a Leo, you're the type that always wants to conform to traditional rules when it comes to relationship. Because you're my girlfriend, because you're my boyfriend, because you're my partner, you're supposed to behave like this. This is a sign of the unconventional. This is how they behave when it comes to relationship. And this is a sign of freedom too. And when it comes to relationship, they expect that you understand that they need the freedom to do what they want to do without you checking them. Because if you consider the fact that Leo is also the sign of the child, children want to move freely. So at the very core of these people's individual, they are composed. Yes, this is the sign of composure. They are very composed people, but there are aspects of their personality that when you look at it, you see these people at the core of their being, that they are a child, they are still a child. They are very composed and all that. That is actually what they came here to actually learn, their composure, because you cannot just be childlike all through. And when you consider that Capricorn is in the 6th place, this is the place of management. When they say that Saturn is the management of the sun, is the manager of the sun, Saturn rules Capricorn. So Saturn sits in the 6th place. The place of management is the 6th place. It sits in the 6th place of Leo. Are you following? So when you consider that Leos, this is where their task in life is. You understand? The 6th place is it's hygiene. You understand? It's work. It's your sense of service. It's your sense of service. Because if you consider the fact that Leo is pride, are you following me? Leo is pride. So having the task master, which is Capricorn, in the 6th place of service for Leo, this is where their task is. To compose themselves, let that pride go, to compose themselves and render service. So when you find a Leo who has carried out this particular task, they are one of the best people to employ, because the 6th place is the place of employment. All salary jobs is indicated by the 6th place. You understand what I'm saying? So when you find these people, because Capricorn here is the sign of accountability, this is the energy they use when it comes to their employment status, their account. You employ them in any capacity, secretary or anything at all like that. They have to do it. Administration, because Leo is the sign of administration, Capricorn is also the sign of administration. It has to do with administration, and they need to close their books for them. These people make account. These are people that take responsibility for the actions or mishap or accidents that happen in the workplace. These are people that would do. These are people that you can rely on, that you employ, that you can rely on. So they have the taskmaster here. So once they overcome this, in the place when it comes to service, you see them at the highest potential, because this is the sign of the highest potential. They have business in this place. Although they have Taurus in the 10th place. The 10th place is the highest potential of a team. Now, ultimately, the Leos, right? Taurus is a sign of values and morals. So at their highest potential, where is a Leo often sees themselves getting to in life is they get to the point where their morals and their value is not compromised. And the 10th house is a public. So when they are out there going about their business, Taurus is a sign of business and commerce, marketing. So when they're out there, trying to earn money. Earnings and spendings is what Taurus is. So when they're out there trying to earn, they detach themselves from people who have no morals. They cannot be held by any principle of life. The ones who wants to take from people, they want to maneuver, they want to do. Leos detach themselves from those kind of people. When they're outside, you know them by how well they are well composed, by the moral and values that they stand by. This is how you identify them easily. And when you come to the fact that they have Aries here in the ninth, the ninth is where we go overboard with things. You understand what I'm saying? It's where we go overboard. The things that we do, we go out of bounds to do, to get, and all of that thing. It's also trips and travel and adventure. And Aries is risk taking. So when it comes to adventure, and these guys have Sagittarius here in the fifth, which is the place of talent and self-expression, and yes, talent, ability, self-expression. These people love to explore. They love foreign culture. Find you a Leo, I guarantee you, they always want to know what the next person who is not from their tribe is. They want to know your language. Are interested, even though they can't learn it, they want to know how your culture was. They are very, very interested in your culture. That is where their sense of fun is, because it's the fifth house of fun. They're always looking to explore for the sole purpose of experiencing foreign culture, what it feels like. These people want to explore. And when you consider that Aries is here in the 10th place also, Aries is vigor. In the place of exploration and expedition and adventure, this will love to go miles. You understand? To express this thing, because Leo is a sign of self-expression and content creation. You find those content creators that love to travel. They can make content in any part of the world. Leo is that energy of content creation that people use to travel and explore. You see people that go skydiving and all of those things. That's that stuff. That risk taking when it comes to adventure. That is Leo. But Leo, Aries is the sign of anxiety. So these people, when it comes to standing in the ATM, you understand, for their turn to read to withdraw money, they are very impatient. They experience the anxiety waiting in line for anything. So you find a new person. These people are not very patient when it comes to, waiting in line for, things to get to them. This is where they actually lose their composure. This is where they mostly lose their composure, you understand? Alright, so they also have Pisces in the 8th. You see, the 8th is intimacy. These people consider intimacy as a spiritual act. Most of them, not all, because we consider the fact that Pisces is addiction. Some of these people can be sex addicts too. I mean, as they grow in life, teenage, adulthood, they can turn to this thing, And when life gets too harsh for them, they are seeking to control or to change their life, and it's getting difficult and becoming more challenging. Because change here, the 8th house points to the kind of change, birth and rebirth. It is metamorphosis, it is transformation. So it's a painful process. And these people are having to express this energy. Sometimes they turn to intoxicants, alcohol, things that get highness. These people turn to these things when it comes to, how they go about trying to change their life. And most times when they fail at it, because you consider that Pisces is a sign of failure, when they fail at it, they turn to alcohol. But ultimately, when they want to change their life, these people turn to religion. These people turn to spirituality. When they are trying to find a deeper meaning, this is the place of depth. The 8th house is the place of depth. The 8th place is the place of depth. These people turn to spirituality and religion for a more higher meaning, a more deeper purpose for whatever it is that their existence is here. And if they find that particular doctrine that keys in, that resonates with them, they stick to it. It stays with them for life. They don't let it go. Spirituality, religion, and all kinds of anything in those two that they find that can transform their life, they hold on to it for life. Because this is the place of permanent changes. So spirituality, spiritual experience or religious experience is something that a Leo is going to hold on to even to their death. And when it comes to injuries, these people need to watch for their feet. And also when it comes to health conditions, they need to watch out for cold. The Capricorn is cold. You understand me? Capricorn is cold, so they need to watch out for cold, you see. So when this one, their feet, issues with their feet, injuries to the feet. People must suffer injuries to the feet a lot. You understand what I'm saying? Alright, so these people have Scorpio in the 4th place. Now, Scorpio is resentment. It's a sign of resentment and apathy. Some of these people have parents that really don't really care about them. At least when they were growing up, they had the experience of that parent. Most times it's a nurturing parent. They have a mom that treated them very harshly, that they hold resentment, or maybe the way the mom brought them up, they didn't like it. They didn't like it. You have to understand that Leo is a sign of preference. So they have a lot of preference when it comes to things. This is why they are very composed, because they like this, they don't like this. That's that preference sense that kicks in everything. So it may not necessarily mean that the parent is harsh, but they just didn't like the preferred method that the parent used to raise them up. And sometimes, because this is the sign of transformation and change, they also, when they become a parent also, they vow never to, they always have this resolve not to, raise their children the same way their parents treat them, because they want to change the narrative, change Scorpio. That happens in the place of parenting, in the fourth place of parenting. You understand what I'm saying now? So, like I said here in the seventh place, I think I kind of skipped it. Like I said here in the seventh place, right? If you don't really give them the freedom, Aquarius is freedom, they don't really get the freedom that they need in the relationship, the space that they need to express themselves, then they are very unconventional with that. They are going to detach from you, they are going to leave you, they are going to abandon. This is a sign of abandonment. However, some of them too have faced issues of partners just cutting them off. It's another thing too. And Leo can be so, their preference can just get in the way sometimes, and their partner just get fed up and their partner leaves them without any prior notice, just cuts them off. Some Leos can be very overbearing too, so it plays out like that too for some. And then these people also have Gemini in the 11th place. And when you consider 11th, it's a place of impact, and Gemini is intellect. These people rely on their friends. The 11th place is a place of friendship. As their friend, they need you to be able to impact them intellectually. The intellectual impact they get from is their criteria for whether they were going to keep you as a friend or not. They don't joke with that. You can't have value as a friend and you're not bringing any value to them, any kind of intellectual value to them. They are going to cut you out. That's a detachment. They are going to detach from you. And these people, considering the fact that this is a sign of composure. Now, what does composure mean? It's mostly mean like internalizing, whether you want to, there's an emotional outburst that you want to really express. You understand my point? These people internalize their emotions. They don't express their emotion, because the 12th place is the place of the unexpressed, the hidden, the secret things. So these people keep how they feel. They hold back on how they feel most of the time. You understand what I'm saying? They hold back on how they feel most of the time. They don't really express their emotion, and it's still part of why it is a sign of composure. Because yes, not expressing your emotion is also another aspect of composure, knowing how to keep your emotions in check. That's Leo. Right, so if this describes you, leave a comment in the comment section and let me see. Right, peace.